Hello all, and welcome back for another walkthrough video. Today, we're taking a look at the submissions for the June build event. The prompt for this one was to make a large grid colony ship. Now, we only got 3 submissions, but 2 of them are absolutely massive, so we are going to jump into separate worlds to look at each of them. The first ship we are going to take a look at is the LRS-T11 Arctic Tern. This ship was designed by mostly AWOL, and I have to say, from a distance, it looks absolutely amazing. I love the overall design for this. This is probably what I would have gone for, like a similar idea if I had gotten around to building for this competition. I love the umbrella shield in the front. It also has a bunch of solar panels on it. And this here is a projection of a grid to get the shield effect. And it looks like they're using blue disco armor, which works so well. It looks great. I'll just look around the outside first, and then we will explore the interior of the ship. I did a little exploring beforehand, but I don't know if I found everything. This is quite spacious on the inside. Got a connector on the back here. Lots of thrusters, which is pretty darn nice. Actually, quite a few turrets as well on all the fins in the back. And some big ones, too. This colony can defend itself pretty darn well. That is cool. I love this spinning thing. It's going to get me seasick, though, if I stare at it too long. We also got some O2 here, and even more solar panels, in case the front is not facing the sun, which is a very good backup. Because currently, the sun is barely facing the front, but the solar panels up front, oh, it's a little bit laggy. That's not your video jumping, that's actually just my game jumping. As I come to the front here by all of the projections, they're a little bit rough on my system. Hopefully that won't happen too much. Alright, that looks nice inside. Let's try and get in there. I think we'll try and explore this from the front to the back. So we do have some forwards doors. It's got to be the projections. I don't know, every time I get close to the front here, I lag a little bit. Maybe it's just me. You know what? I bet it's this. They have a projection of their ship, which is pretty cool, but I think I'm going to turn that off so it runs a little bit more smoothly. We'll turn that one off too if I find it. I like this star map. That's kind of cool. I don't know if that's a custom image or something, or if there's just scripts running. It looks really cool though. Is this the, can I actually fly this? Wait a second. Oh. Yeah. Its acceleration is not bad at all with all those giant ion thrusters. I have to say, it's not bad. And I can turn it. It's really slow to turn, but what do you expect? It's a massive colony ship. But it actually does fly around, which is kind of cool. I like that. We're not going to fly it around too much, though. I just want to focus on touring the inside. Below that, we have kind of a living area, it looks like. And a programming area. This is where all the servers are for the ship. These are all just housing Minecraft data. Pretty sure that's all the people on the ship are doing. They're just either sleeping in cryo or playing Minecraft. Oh, there's our forwards gravity generator and our projector here. Or something. That might be what's projecting the shields right now. I should check if there are things on the menus of these. See if I can toggle the shield. Oh, what the? Oh! Oh, that's cool. So this was only projecting half of the ship. The front is projecting a different chunk of the ship. I didn't notice that. Let's turn that off as well. We saw it once. We don't need to leave it on and cause lag spikes. Okay, there aren't things in the menu to toggle stuff on and off, it doesn't look like. Check one more seat. Doesn't look like there is. Watching the giant ring spin around is pretty cool. Looks like they've got block damage script running here. Uranium? I guess a fuel script. I think that's it for the front. Let's move on towards the back of this ship. Ah, this is an airlock. Okay, so to get through the spinning ring, which as far as I know is held, the front and the back are the same grid, and they're using the some sort of trick to get these to be held together. I want to say it's using, oh yep, there they are. What are these things called? The double railings? The double end railings? The blast doors can actually fit through them. So the front and the back of this ship is actually attached. Okay, and now we've got this central area. This is where you're going to get in and out of the ring space. It's more of the railings holding the front and the back together. I'm going to step in through this doorway as it comes around. Okay. Ooh, gravity switch. I think there was a warning saying it was going to do that. Alright, so now I'm in the ring. And you can see this is where it looks like all the cryo is. I'm just going to run around this really quick. Hopefully you don't get too sick watching, but... Oh, there's another level to it as well down there. We'll have to go down and check that out. And you can see I'm on the other side where the doors are to get back. But we have all the cryo in here. And I'm just going to go ahead and fly down. Oh, we got some living quarters here too. Also in the ring. And we can run around this layer as well. It's kind of cool. Now it feels like the rest of the ship is moving and you're not moving. But you're actually in the spinning ring. I think this is done with, because these angles are so sharp, I think this is done with the regular gravity generator. I think I might have used the spherical gravity for the ring space here. And then it would have just turned less dramatically when you get to a switching point. But this does work just fine. I can run all the way around the loop. I need to get back to that ladder, wherever that was. I think there's only one ladder to go between the two rings, the inner and outer. Here we are. Now we're at the ladder, so we can go. Oh, as soon as you start flying, the ring starts moving differently. So maybe I should have used the ladder on that one. Pretty cool. If I go up here, I should get to the central area again. Except I'm currently upside down. I came through the wrong doors. Or I just didn't wait long enough. Ah, yeah. I came through the wrong set of doors. That's really cool, though. Alright, so I'm still on the cockpit side. I need to get over to the other side. We're going to just hop over there. And let's go back this way. It looks like hangar is next. Another supporting brace for the ring. We'll wait for our window to walk through. Alright. Looks like another airlock room, though I've left doors open from last time I was looking through this. Yep. Up here we got controls for the hangar, and it looks like we actually have a way to walk from the front of this to the back of this without having to go through the hangar, which is always nice. I approve of these types of things immensely. You don't have to go through a hangar to get from the one side of the hangar to the other. Don't have to like decompress, recompress, as long as the doors aren't all left open like I do. Let's actually go in and look at the inside of the hangar real quick. We've got the connectors underneath things. The connectors still work like this. This is just a nice trick to keep yourself from falling into them. That's neat. I don't know what these are. What blocks are behind there? Ah, it's probably a corridor or something. Or doors. Where are we at? Just behind the ring. Oh, and there's another hangar below this. We're gonna have to go find that. And there's rooms above this. The going to take a while to explore this one, but we will try to see it all. It's kind of nice. Okay, I do see that the staircase does go up from here, so we'll explore this top chunk above the hangars first. Nice lounge area with beds. What is in front of that? I like this big window up here. It almost looks like it's just empty. Nice private room. I wonder if this is like the captain's quarters or something. Pretty nice room. This is kind of just mass sleeping area. I guess this is, yep, a bathroom. Makes sense. Another bathroom. Makes sense. We'll go back down and try and find the room, the hangar room that's below this. I don't know if I access it from here or from the front side of the hangar, though. We'll see if we can access it from the other side of the hangar. Maybe there was a staircase that went down over there. I don't see one. How do we get in down here? That's how we get in. We'll find out now that we're down here. Oh, okay, so this is a, just like a big maintenance port with 1 trillion gyros. Neatly organized. It doesn't look like any of these gyros are flipped funny. I approve of that. Sometimes that can be a real pain to get working. Every time you place a gyro, they spin funny. We'll come back to that room through the proper way eventually. I like all the signs labeling where you're going. Kind of makes sense for a colony ship. For smaller ships and for military ships or whatever, you'd expect everyone to know where everything is. Maybe you wouldn't, but I feel like I would expect people to know a little bit better. For a colony ship like this, you know, maybe the colonists are sleeping most of the time, so having some signs to guide them maybe wouldn't be a bad thing. Another lounging room. We've got a little like food court right in the middle. Everyone's got to eat. Okay, this is the engineering room we're getting back to. More gravity. I'll turn my lights on in here. Uh-oh, maybe that's how we get down to the maintenance area. We've got some refineries on here. Over on the sides, we've got a whole bunch of reactors, jump drives. I wonder how many jump drives we have. Oh my gosh. It looks like we're going to have a lot of jump drives. A decent amount of refineries too. We will check that kind of stuff in a little bit. I just want to look around a little more. Maybe I should actually walk in these areas. Seems overrated though. Alright, we just went up to the top. So this is still in one of the fuel areas, or in the back thruster areas. And there is a way to actually get all the way up into this one, which is kind of cool. Man, there's a lot of jump drives. Okay, we gotta check that now. It's 18. 18 jump drives. What do we got for refineries while we're looking at this? There's got to be more refineries than that. I guess it says there's only 2, but I think that's a lie. It also says there's only 2 assemblers, but I could swear I saw more than that. I guess it works, though, if the ship is basically just to transport people and not really to act as an outpost or anything. Like it has a couple refineries, a couple jump drive, or a couple assemblers, enough to keep everything functioning. It's like there's a refinery right there, a refinery right here, right? I could have swore there was another one over here. Am I just crazy? What is that? Oh, that's a reactor. Okay. I mistaked a warfare reactor for a refinery, for an industrial refinery. I like that you can kind of walk around and do maintenance on everything if you want to. Let's go down here. I'm guessing this is going to be pretty similar to the top. Just another massive engine room. You do have foot access to all of it, which is nice. Medical rooms down here. Ooh. Wait, did I just read that wrong? Mechanical room. This is the room we were in with all the gyros, right? So here's your assemblers. And then cargo? Yeah, industrial cargo. Cool. And then all your gyros. This is where we were before. Nice. You know, I actually like these things stacked too high. I always use these stacked one high, but if you have a tall thing, it actually looks kind of good, even with them stacked. Now, did we see everything? I think we saw most things on this one. We were definitely up top here. Yeah, this is where all the nice rooms were. Were we there? Oh, oh, I like this for Greeble. I would just point this out. I gotta remember to use this or something similar to this. I do like using that paint or the little like quarter blocks. It looks really nice. So one of the things I take away from all of these build walkthroughs is I always get ideas for just like design patterns and everything. And another thing I definitely take away from this is if I'm doing a shield, I really do like the disco projection. It looks very nice. What else should we look at for this block-wise? Should we look at the PCU and block count for this bad boy? Alright, 62,231 PCU and 14,048 blocks. That is pretty massive. I think that's a proper size colony ship for this game. A couple hundred people on there. Stuff 100 of them in cryo. Let's look at how many cryo containers they actually have on this. That might be another interesting stat. I wish these were numbered properly, because I have a feeling there's not actually 109 of them, but I also don't want to count. That's a pretty long bar. I see stuff 20s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 80s, 90s. I don't see any in the 70s. Let's say there's probably about 70 to 100 cryo sleeps on this. Somewhere in that range, which is quite a few. Pretty cool. I like this one. Let's move on to our second contestant. This is the fridge, and it was designed by Zaboomafoo 2. I like this one. It's pretty funny. Basically keeping people in cold storage in the fridge, in some cryos. Decent looking vehicle. It's basically a mini fridge, much smaller than the other two submissions, but it is unique, that's for sure. It says fridge on the front. This button wasn't actually set up to do anything, but I set it up to open the fridge door, because I assumed that's what it was meant to be doing. But you open that up, and on the inside here, you also have a single door if you want to use that. Got the magnet, keep the door closed, and a little bit of a hanger almost. Got a couple connectors. I don't know what this down here is, just kind of decorative. And then you've got your cold storage for people, which is pretty cool. If you go up the ladder here, you can get up into the control area of the fridge. Fairly simple. Got some respawn points. And you can actually drive the vehicle from here. Handles decently well. I don't know where the thrusters are. They must be in this that pocket up front there. The ones that thrust backwards. They're hidden in there somewhere. But it has parachutes too, so it is all ion thrusters. But when you get where you're going, I guess you can parachute down onto a planet, and now you have your base. You got a fridge for your people. You can let them free. Let's see, it's got a few cryos. Looks like 12 cryos. Easier to count that way. We don't have a jump drive? Do we have a jump drive? There's no jump drive or anything. So I don't know how you're supposed to get from point A to point B, but I guess you just you turn the thrusters on, everyone goes to bed, and you wake up when you get there. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't have a gravity generator or anything weird, do I? Or a gravity drive. No, it's alright. Got a basic assembler, basic refinery, enough stuff to get going wherever you eventually get to. Kind of like a starter, a large grid starter pod, but it's a fridge. So I'm gonna cut into here and just see what's behind here real quick. I haven't done this yet. Okay, it is just a thruster pack inside here. That's just fine. It's mirrored. Unnecessary mirroring of those, but I guess I'll take it. Pretty cool. Funny idea. Definitely cool. Let's move on to the next one. Our third and final entry is the CryoSTAR Colony, and this was submitted by Vendetta44. Now, I'm going to try and go through this one entirely. It is absolutely massive and very confusing inside because it doesn't really have a clear top, bottom, left, or right. All of the walkways in it are like, for the side things, upright is the way we are currently facing. As soon as you get inside here, upright is one of the sides. And then on the top and the bottom, there's like consecutive rooms where up is in a different direction. So we're going to try and look through this as sensibly as possible. And I think the best way to do that is to start with these side areas. These are kind of the major habitat area of this colony ship, and they are all the same. So we'll look at one at a time. I'm just going to start by looking through the windows. We will go through and look at the rooms on the inside afterwards. So this is kind of just your generic habitat area up top, lots of windows. Coming down from here, we have a cryosleep room. Just below that, we have a habitat, and a lot of these are just layered, so when you see the same room, it's exactly the same on the inside. The next room we have is a botanical room, oxygen production, plants. Then we have another habitat, an O2 room, which has lots of tanks in it, another habitat, another tank room, and another habitat on the bottom. Let's go in and look at one of each of those rooms really quick, and then we've basically toured all of the side areas for this vehicle. It's almost a jungle gym more than it is anything else. But you've got some casual habitat here to hang out and visit with people. I kind of wish I could go down from here, but the staircase-esque thing that goes to all the other rooms does not attach to this floor. This has got to be the most confusing vehicle I have ever walked around in. But we are going to go in here. Oh, okay, I'm going to fly through this pipe. Okay, so this is kind of the elevator area that goes to all the different floors that we looked through the windows of before. This is your habitat. All the habitat floors are pretty much the same. You got 3 rooms. Pretty straightforward. I guess I can look in this room a little bit more. Simple rooms, but they're decent. Go back out into the open elevator, and we can look at the cryosleep room. This has just a whole bunch of cryosleeps and a little observation deck, which is nice. If we go down, we should get to the botanical room. So these are modded blocks, which is completely acceptable. I think I like the way these look a lot. See, this here is grinding some space fruits, picking space fruits. Kind of neat. And this is just a giant zigzag to get through this room. And then we have a bit of an observation deck. And then this is the last of the different types of floors. And this is the tank room. Lots of tanks. This room is a little bit more reasonable. I can walk around in it easily. We even have some gyroscopes in here and timer blocks. And of course, the same balcony area is on all the other floors. And that takes us pretty much through every single version of these side areas. I need to find a way out of here. There we go. I'm going to fly through the crawl space. And we're not going to look in this area just yet. Close your eyes or something. Gonna get super confused. All right. Whew, we're back outside. So that was one of those towers. All the towers are the same on the outside. And now there's kind of two major parts to this interior region. There's an outer ring of stuff, and then there's an inner ring of stuff. I like telling you all this stuff beforehand so that you can kind of try to maintain your sense of orientation when we go inside here, because everything is just flip-floppity and crazy. So now we're standing in a new orientation, but there are just absolutely tons of cargo containers and tons of refineries and assemblers. I actually counted up the refineries. There's 36 refineries, 40 assemblers. These are full-size ones, and there's 88 large cargo containers on this vehicle, which is absolutely insane. I didn't count how many O2 generators or O2 farms there are, or solar panels, or anything like that. So, yeah, I don't know how many there are, but there are just absolutely tons. So on this side, so this is the outer ring still, and then this is an inner structure which is entirely separate and airtight. This outer structure has all of the like refineries, different things like that, and cargo and whatnot. On one end there is a big door. If we fly around to what is currently the top side, and then we flip ourselves, the other side over here has a very similar setup. Can't tell you if it's exactly the same, but it looks fairly similar to me at a glance. I guess it is actually different. This is where all our refineries are. And it also has a way to fly in and out. Alright, so that's the outer ring. Now I want to focus on this inside tube here. If I can remember how to get into this, I do believe it's up top. I'm calling this the top, but it's not really. I don't think the ship has a top or bottom. Like, for example, look at this door. This door opens this way. The next door opens the exact opposite way. And then the room inside has nothing to do with the orientation of those doors. So I think you're meant to be flying in this vehicle and never really walking. But this is where the main part of the cryosleep compartments are. And each of them has multiple layers of cryosleep around in the middle here. I don't know how many cryosleeps there are on this vehicle, but a couple hundred if I had to guess. Because remember, there's also cryo rooms in the side modules. So this is certainly a massive cryo-sleeping colony. I imagine like half the people in it are all going to be asleep at any given point in time. Probably a lot more than half. And we have this giant wall of text, which is, as far as I can tell, flavor. It's a welcome and hello to all the people as they wake up. Pause it and read it if you like. Hopefully there's nothing bad on that, because I have not read the whole thing myself. Maybe I have. It's been a couple weeks since I first looked through this. So, yeah. And there's also another chamber inside the chamber, inside the chamber, inside the chamber. And we're going to try to get to that one. But quite frankly, I have no idea how to get there, so. Aha! I found my way into the tube within the tube. And I have a feeling this is the only way you can actually get into the top portion of this ship. Oh no, this is just a it's just a tiny room. We kind of looked at the main central chamber. There are a few more things to look at. One, I'm going to call this the top of the ship. But when we go to what is now the bottom of the ship, that's also going to look like the top of the ship. But up or down here, whatever you want to call it, there's also kind of an arena. And this reminds me of one of those arenas where you see like giant robots fighting. There's like shows that have that. I don't know. This reminds me of that for some reason. It's like a cage match for robots. Got a neat feature randomly plunked onto this side. Okay, we're going to go to the other side now, the other top. Top number 6. I'm going to rotate the sun around so you can get a good view of this. Here we go. So this side has a whole bunch of the O2. production, a whole bunch of solar panels, and in the middle here, it looks like a giant greenhouse. We're going to get inside this. All right, I think I found the way into that upper dome, or lower dome, whatever you want to call it. You have to get into the central chamber here, and then fly along the entire thing to get up here. Oh, I found another door. Where is this door? This makes no sense. Okay, so this door is, you know, just a giant chamber there. Giant chamber here. Well, this is actually an airlock. So we've got doors that are upright this way. Doors that are upright that way again. A door that's this direction, which gets you into this giant room. And then you've got doors that go this way, go straight across, are open to the outside, and the process just, it goes all the way through the middle, through the other side, and repeats. So, is it just me, or is this the most confusing vehicle you've ever not walked through? Alright, we got into the big greenhouse area finally, and yeah, it looks pretty nice. Also, I suppose you could just fly in through here, right? Like all those airlocks and whatnot. And then it's just kind of open in the middle. These console blocks were actually also on, but I decided to turn them off because they were displaying giant grids, each of them, which was really cool. But it caused tons of lag when I was flying around, and turning them off basically solved that problem. So I'm not going to show those to you. They were cool, but I honestly really can't show them to you. But yeah, this is the last main room I can think of on this vehicle. I don't know if I've missed major things, but due to the nature of the build, I'm going to assume that I didn't, and probably just be wrong. It's certainly a cool looking build. I think I'd like to see some gravity in places, at least just to like tell me which way is up, and perhaps some consistency in that gravity. I don't know. It was very confusing. Well, that is going to be where we end this walkthrough video. I'm not going to lie, I'm feeling a little bit seasick after all of the spinning parts and no upside right and upside down. Between doing the walkthrough and doing the editing, man, that got to me. So I hope you're feeling better than I am. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. It really does help the channel. And if you want to get involved in future events, head over to our Discord. That's also where voting is going to be. Link will be in the description down below. Lastly, I'd really like to thank everyone who put together builds for this competition and submitted them. I know they take a lot of time and energy to put together, and I really do enjoy looking through them and getting all sorts of great ideas, seeing what you guys put together, and sharing them with everybody else. So thanks again, and I will see you all in the next one.